Did you know that Google personalizes many searches by city, and Also Asked is the only tool to access live People Also Ask data at city level? Try for free at alsoasked.com.
I was going to say that SEO with Fat Joe is as peaceful as this, but then the birds are all having fights.
Tired of SEO guesswork? Quadra's AI agent goes deeper to uncover high-impact optimizations and completes hours of SEO in minutes. Get started now.
Good morning, everyone. So, first session for today. Who is excited? I was about feeling a bit bad. We can do better, right? Come on, who's excited for HeroConf this year? Thank you, that's better. I like that. Is this going to work? I'm not seeing anything, but... Well, that's moving. Well, let's just get started. My name is Bianca, and I'm working for a digital agency in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. I'm working there for almost 7.5 years now as a paid search specialist and also social advertising enthusiasm. I do love dogs, so I might add some of them in my presentation. Don't get worried, I don't bring a dog actually, I would love to. But unfortunately there are rules which I have to follow. It's still not showing up. So I can work with this, but it should be working. To get started, who is running DPAs on Meta? It's quite a lot. And do you really know how many times a specific product is showed in a DPA? Who would love to know? A few. Don't be shy. We can be honest here. We all have the same issues to face. So it's really interesting to look outside the Meta Ads Manager and see how you can extract extra data to get more insights on how to improve your campaign performance, because it is possible. So why is it actually interesting? If you're working within the Meta Ads Manager, you have just limited information to watch. You have a few different tabs with your campaigns, your ad sets, and your ads. But if you're running a dynamic ad, then you just see the views, the impressions, all the metrics that you can add. You can add some breakdowns to get more data, but still what actually happens within the DPA, nobody knows. Second, missing data means that you also could probably miss some opportunities. And if you're working for an agency, then you work for several clients. If you're working on the client side, then you would obviously want to impress your colleagues or your manager by just coming up with information nobody sees immediately. We all want to look smart, right? And last but not least, if you're using the Meta API, you are able to unlock insights that enables to advance your campaigns. Who wouldn't love to do that? We still do not have any signal, so... So wait, what? Is it possible to extract more data? Is it possible to get more data out of Ads Manager than we were thinking? Is somebody here using the Meta API? Anyone who have not heard of the Meta Marketing API? Okay, I'm going to help you. What is it? Well, we actually have multiple. Okay. We have the Marketing API, and we have the Insights API. And the Meta Marketing API is mostly used for campaign management and optimization. If you're using several tools, you can also have the opportunity to connect the Meta Marketing API with a direct tool, for example, to publish ads or optimize your campaigns. And on the right side, we have the Insights API that makes it possible for you to improve your reporting and analytics, so you can extract more data. What are we going to do today? Well, if we extract everything that we can do, and I have a really long list that I can talk till next week, and I will not bore you with that, but just to have a quick understanding of what we're going to talk about. For the meta-marketing API, you can create and modify campaigns. You can retrieve, update, and remove products from your catalog. You can access detailed product level performance data, which we obviously want to do. And we are able to run automated A/B tests and optimizations. Sounds quite interesting, right? And the Meta Insights API can be used to retrieve data such as ROAS, CTR, conversions, and actually every metric we have in the system. We're able to view the insights, age, gender, just like demographics, and all of the other location-based data. We are able to analyze the engagement and reach for both paid and organic results. So to have the difference between the two of those is really interesting as well. And we're able to compare performance based on different time ranges. So it's really interesting to see what you can do with each and another. So you can also understand why and when do you need to use which of them. Today, we're going to talk about access to detailed product level data. Obviously, there's much more, but I only have 20 minutes. So I definitely need to speed up a little, but if you want to know more, please give a shout and I'll be more than happy to help. Knowing that you're able to extract product level data, who is like, okay, I want to do that. I want to know which products are actually shown in the DPAS and which aren't. This is a GIF of a little girl that I can see myself in, like most of the time when I discover something and I'm behind my laptop like, what the heck? Is it possible? Okay, let's do it. And if I do not know how to do it, I would love to learn how I could do it. So, a current situation. It's a lot on the slide, but just to make it clear why we're doing this and what we want to get out of it. There are the animals. One of my clients has more than 20,000 products in the category of pet supplies. A really nice industry to work in, with several subcategories, margins, and familiarity. So let's say we work with 6 different categories, more than 80 subcategories. Of course, the client has focus on the products that bring revenue versus the products that has a good margin. And I'm in the back like, what the heck am I going to do? Am I really going to create a product set with 20,000 products with all of the categories, or I'm going to segment it between the different categories, or maybe with subcategories? What am I going to do? And what is working best, and how am I going to find out what is working and what isn't? So, I actually wanted to know, how can I create a bit of structure in the whole story, in this situation? How can I come up with a strategy that really sounds logical, but also works? So is it on product level, brand, category, or maybe something totally different? And if you're not only looking for the products that actually lead to sales, my belief is, from my history and my background as a paid search marketer, I know there's a certain intent. People are searching for specific products, they click on your ad and they are gonna buy it. But social media is a totally different channel. People are not sitting on their couch waiting for the bus, maybe waiting in the bathroom till the shower is getting hot. They are scrolling down, they do not have any intent, maybe they just want to be entertained. And all of a sudden, your ad pops up, and how can you make it more interesting to actually engage with your target audience? So, I believe we can use social media to engage, but also to inspire our audience with the products that we have. So, I really want that the products that we have, like more than 20,000, are actually used, and not only the best sellers, but the whole base. So how can you do that? Come on, bring it. So what I want to do is create a performance report with breakdowns based on SKU level. No, it's still not working. Okay. is there something that's a fact about me? I, in combination with technique, technical things like laptops, they never work. Some people in the front can admit that. It's not the best combination, so it totally should be something on me. Second thing, I want to analyze the report on category level, brand and product level, just to see the differences. Where do we get most impressions? Which categories or products are not even shown at all? So I can have a feeling with how things could add up. And at the same time, I want to use the data to identify segments and create new product sets. And if I could automate that, I'm totally up for it. So, how do we make this actionable? And the last step, of course, we want to test and learn everything. The whole thing to set this up is just an MVP, just something to start with. But it's not at the same time your ideal product or your ideal strategy. It's just the first step in creating an evolving strategy based on the data that you have, and just extract the insights of the products that are actually not even shown at all. And if we're looking at the list, what you actually need to put this all in place, well, obviously a Meta Business Manager, a commerce account, an ad account, and a catalog. Access to the Meta Marketing API. Developers portal sounds pretty complex, but it definitely isn't. And last but not least, an access token with the right permissions to write. Whoa, this is really hard. With the permissions to read ads, management, and catalog management. So the API is actually able to extract the data and to make adjustments on it. The good news, you do not have to be a developer, not even in a single code, because I could do it too, on my own, without any development skills. That's what I love. Keep it easy and simple. So, we're gonna do it together. Who has ever created an app? You're not actually going to create an app like we all have on our phone, but it's just in your Meta Business Manager, in the section accounts, we have apps, create an app, give it a name, and you have created an app. In the app, we're going to create the Meta Marketing API. So it's just a toggle that you need to add, and we have connected the Meta Marketing API to your app, and you can use your app to extract the data that we actually want to have. This is how it looks like. I have this. We can add product, which is the marketing API, and make sure not to put it live, because otherwise it wouldn't work. Step 2, it's important to know your IDs. And some of you, I don't think we do, but know your account's ID out of your mind, but also know what the commerce account ID is, because sometimes you would need it. And then you will not have to switch back anymore. So write them down in your notes and make sure to have them. Then we're going to the Graph API Explorer. Now it's getting fun, because when I started doing this, I was just feeling like I was in a rocket ship. I was doing things that I've never done before, but the result was really amazing. So we have a few things to go through. We need to configure our app. And this is the app that I've created in the test. We do need the user token, which I have put right here, but I blurred it, so you cannot see it. We have the permissions, like the 3 that I already mentioned, to make sure that the API is actually able to extract the data. We will create the access token, and right here we're going to write down what I want to do that the API is giving me. So that really sounds a bit complex, but I have the API call right here. What we are doing in the API call is just the link of the Graph API. Then we have the account ID. We want to get insights based on the product fields, the product IDs, impressions, clicks, spend, conversions, CTR, ROAS on ad level. And we will add the breakdowns on product ID. Within the time range, I have here 1st February 2024 until the end of the month. And then we have the access token that are actually giving the access to this specific account. What it is going to do is that we're creating a data sheet where all the information is added in. So if I put on submit, we will get a large file of data. And this is just a basic one. I could add a lot more, but it wouldn't fit the slide anyway. You can add all of the metrics that are in Ads Manager. So every metric that's relevant for your business can be simply added right here. Now it's just here. We cannot extract any data out of this, right? It's just a large sheet. So what I'm going to do when I see it is just go slightly through it to see what data is in it. Is it okay? Do I miss something, or do I would like to add something or remove if it's less relevant? Decide which you want to add, maybe in brand level, category, product set, whatsoever. So you can make those breakdowns too. Well, then we can create a spreadsheet. We can export the data by adding a app script. Anyone who has experience in app scripts in Google Sheets? Okay, well, this is quite interesting too, because it allows you to automate the system. From Google Sheets, we can add an apps script. I will share those scripts with you as well. What you can do is you put all the data right here, add the access token and your ad account ID, which we already has in our notes. And we will run the preview test to see is the spreadsheet filling with the data that we saw right here. And then we have a product sheet, or a spreadsheet with all the data from our ad account. And the nice thing is within Google Sheets, we are able to put a timer to make sure that it's updated on a daily basis or once a week or several times per week, just like you would like to have. So make sure to add the trigger, because otherwise the automation has no reason to exist. Make sure to do a pre-run. When I started doing this, like I've said, technology and I are not a match made in heaven, but ChatGPT is your best friend in cases like this. So run a few pre-runs, make sure that the data that's there is ready to use and you're not missing anything. And make sure to publish your spreadsheet so you are able to use it as an additional feed within your catalog or maybe in a feed management tool if you're using one. So if we're going to use it as a supplemental feed, if you're not using a feed management tool, you can go to Commerce Manager, to your catalog, and followed by your data sources. And you're not going to change your base or your original source for your catalog, but you're adding a supplementary feed. Because supplementary feed is just a feed that is added with the columns from the spreadsheet that we have just created to make sure that we are making the existing feed a bit more filled with the data of the actual performance on Meta. And do not forget to map the columns on your spreadsheet that they're actually added into custom numbers, so you're able to create product sets. We do have a limited number of custom columns in the supplementary feed or actually in your mapping system. So make sure that you're using the ones that are most relevant for you to create product sets on. Another option you can do is create a supplementary feed within Actionable or another feed management tool if you're using one. You can just go to the setup, where you obviously have your setup feed, but maybe you're using some additional feeds as well already. You can add the link of the Google Sheet we have just published. And if you save it, then every product in your feed management tool will be enriched with the data from the Meta Marketing API. And because we have automated the whole system, it will be updated on the base that you have selected. So if we have integrated the whole system, then we are able to create a product set, which is actually a fun part of the whole strategy. You can create product sets based on best sellers, like those products have the most conversions. We can also use it to exclude them or maybe see a variation between the number sold but also the number of impressions. If we do not have much impressions but the brand itself or the category is very promising, based on the number of clicks or actually every metric that we have, you're able to create product sets for. And make sure to add them as a custom label, because all of the unknown fields that we just have added are not standard and will not be shown in your filter options. So it was probably early last year that I started testing with this. We were working with a tool that got the data from the Meta Marketing API just to show how many times a specific product was shown in your ads. And I was like, okay, this is quite interesting. I wanted to learn more about this. So I started running a test and see what it will do if I was just not only focusing on the products that were shown more often, because from the client that we did this, I think from the 20,000 products, maybe 100 were served within the DPA. But that also means that more than 19,000 products were not even come across. So what did it do? And now we're all like, da-da-dum. It was pretty interesting because we got a large increase in traffic, which is obvious because we were having the strategy that we already have, the products that were used in the ads anyway. We were just increasing our visibility with all the other products. And we started slow, so this increase could have been much bigger. But it was just a start to see, is this something that would actually work? And by that, we were also able to increase the number of new customers, because the system is optimizing towards engagement, which in this case is mostly clients that already have bought a product before. They love to view videos and content about cute animals, like I do. But it was not working for the acquisition part of our strategy. And by showing new products that we were not only visible before, helped us really to get that new audience in place. So, I'm just running out of time, but I would like if you would play around with the Meta Marketing API. This is just a simple example, a first example of things that you can do. I think another thing would be really exciting to test out is that you're able to extract data based on interest level. We all have the issues within targeting. Are you going to split your interest targeting over multiple ad sets, or are you going on Advantage Plus? With the Meta Marketing API, you will also be able to extract the data on interest level. So a lot more to play around with. So please do, and if there's anything you'd like to know, I will be here for today and next day, and you can also find me on LinkedIn to connect. Thank you very much for listening. You can download my slides with this QR code.